Most online businesses struggle mightily to acquire new customers and have no idea how to increase their long-term value. And it's probably because they have no idea what their customer is worth and they have no idea what they can pay to acquire a brand new customer. And that's what we're going to be solving today. So in a previous video, we went through an example where there was a $4 million business that had 2,000 customers. And we determined that the value of one customer on average is $2,000. Okay, simple math. So let's take that out a bit further. All right, the first thing you need to do when you're trying to figure out how much you can pay or are willing to pay to acquire a customer, then you need to know what a customer is worth for you. And by the way, an easy way to do this sometimes is just taking your AOV, your average order value, and multiplying it by anywhere between 2 to 8, depending on what your business is. Maybe take the middle ground of 4 or 5. But the easier way is to do it that way for sure, but the more precise way is to actually go into your CRM or your Shopify store and figure out the math, or just ask your CFO. So that's the first thing that you need to do. The second thing you need to do is to figure out how to acquire a customer, but also know how much you can pay to acquire that customer, which is called CAC. If you're not familiar with that term, we're going to be using that quite a bit in this video and subsequent videos. How do you determine your cost to acquire a customer? This is not your CPA, by the way. That's a whole separate thing. They are related, yes, but they are not the same. So we'll have separate videos about that. So how do you determine your CAC? Well, in this particular example, we've got the 2,000. The first thing that you'll do is, once you've determined how much a customer is worth to you, you take out all the refunds and cancellations. Okay, so not every customer ends up staying a customer. There's always going to be a percentage of your business where you're going to have to issue returns. You're just going to have cancellations. It's just part of the business. So an average, I think that's good, and we're sort of using this as an information digital products, even e-commerce example, is about 10%. Let's say 10%. So if we take away 10% from what a customer is worth for us, that is $200 in this particular case. So now we have the number 1,800. Okay, so that's, we just minus out $200, right? Or 10% for refunds and cancellations. The next thing you want to do, and sort of even though this is sort of the first step, this is the second step. The third step is to figure out, what are your COGS? What are your cost of goods sold? Now, this is what it costs you to manufacture or produce your particular product. Now, for example, COGS for a service-based industry might be anyone related to the payroll that is in a position to deliver the product or service to the customer. So for example, for us at Tier 11, we're a full service direct response performance-based agency. So we have media buyers, we have designers, we have videographers, we have development people, we have after the click specialists. Those are all cost of goods sold. For a manufacturing business, for an e-commerce business, it might be the cost of the actual product. Okay, it might be shipping and storage, how much you pay for customs charges. So anything that has to do with the manufacture or the delivery of your product goes into COGS. So let's use this example here in our example, because this looks to me like an information or digital products company. So this might not be the exact same for your business, but let's just say that cost of goods sold is relatively low here, which is about 20%. So we take away 20% out of our $1,800 figure, and that's $400. So let's take out $400, and now we subtract, and we have $1,400. All right. So now we've figured out what a customer is worth. We've taken out our refunds and cancellations. We've taken out our cost of goods sold. The next step is to take out a lot of people call this selling, general, and administrative. You might refer to it as overhead. Okay, this might be your legal fees. This might be your sales and marketing department. It might be certain types of payroll. It might be utilities. It might be your rent, what you pay for your storage facility. So all those things that aren't directly related to the delivery of the product, which is your COGS, would fall under this category, just in generalized terms. A lot of people, like I said, refer to it as SG&A. So in that case, let's take out 30%. This is a little bit higher than cost of goods sold. These might be flip-flopped in your business, but I think as a general rule, that's a reasonable overhead. So that figure here is now 30% of 2,000 is $600. And then we subtract that from our $1,400. 1,400 minus 600 equals $800. That is our overhead. Now you've got $800 left. So you as a business, you want to figure out, okay, what is my desired profit? How much do I want to keep after all of this? What's a reasonable expectation? Well, this is going to be subject to a lot of different things. It's going to be subject to your industry. I've known plenty of businesses that have a 50% net operating income or 50% net profit. Some have 5% or maybe even 1, 2, or 3%. If you're a supermarket or you have super high overhead, like Walmart, for example, I believe is 3, 4% net operating income or net profit. So if you have questions, comments, concerns, or confessions, leave them in the comments below. We'd love to know what you think. Otherwise, follow us so you never miss a video. And this is all brought to you by Tier 11, your guide to acquiring new customers online and enhancing their long-term value, because we believe every online business deserves to be ridiculously successful. Till the next video, see ya.